So in APK Studio, which is a cross-platform IDE for reverse engineering and recompiling of Android application binaries within a single user interface, we will install APK Studio on the host machine. All right, so here we'll use the APK Lab extension for the same purposes, but we would like to show the installation and usage of APK Studio for those who want to use APK Studio. Of course, if you don't want to install APK Studio, please just go ahead and skip the lecture. You won't be penalized, I promise. So you know the drill. Open the browser, search for APK Studio, click on GitHub page. Now scroll down a bit, and this is the user interface. So we can download it from the releases page, but first, let's look at some information so that we know how to build it, and all of that information is right here on the wiki page. So we first need to install Qt. So we'll open the page, and these are the packages and installers of Qt5. You can download an offline installer to install easily. Download one of the installers depending on your host system. And I've already got it, so I'll download it via Homebrew on my Mac OS. So that means on the terminal screen, first run brew update, and it's already up to date. Mine is, yours might not be, but I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. So we'll run brew install Qt. And you can see it's already installed on my host machine. So let's visit the releases page. I'll install the latest disk image for Mac OS. And of course, if you're using Windows, just install the zip file. Save the file, okay, and we can wait for a bit. All right, so now that it's downloaded, let's open it. What is this? There seems to be a problem with the icon of APK Studio. But it's not important. We'll drag it to the Applications folder. Okay, so if you're still here, let's open it from the Applications folder. Oh, you know what? Mac OS needs to trust this application. Not a bad idea, so we'll right-click and open. Okay, so now we need to install the missing tools so that we can use APK Studio. So let's look at the necessary tools and settings. So we need APK tool, JADX, ADB, and APK Signer. So really all we have to do is write the location of their binary files here. So to download Java, let's click on this link. You can download Java from this website and click on JDK Download. You'll have to scroll down a bit and then download one of the packages depending on your host machine. Of course, I will select the one for Mac OS. Accept the agreement and download. All right, so it's downloaded, so I can click on it. And double-click on the package. Continue, install, and enter the password or fingerprint. Okay, close it up. Now, let's go back to the settings. So next we need to install APK tool for the host machine to be able to run APK Studio. We'll need to download it on the Kali machine later. So click on this link, download the jar file. All right, so let's go to the Downloads folder, and we'll give a location of this file to APK Studio. Of course, you can put binary files wherever you want, but I'll create a folder and collect it so that I can just keep it all together. I do like being organized. So I've created a folder called Binaries under the Documents folder. I'll move the APK tool here. Okay, so let's add the location of the APK tool jar file to APK Studio settings. So just click on Browse and select the file. Okay, so the next necessary tool is JADX. So I'll click on this link to download. Download JADX from the first link. Okay, so let's open it up by unzipping. So the executable file of JADX is under the bin folder. I'll also move the JADX folder to the binaries folder. Okay, so let's add the location of JADX to APK Studio settings. Click on Browse, select File. All right, so the next one is ADB. Now, we don't need to download ADB because it comes with Android Studio. But we do need to know where ADB is. So to learn this, just open up Android Studio and click Configure and open SDK Manager. And here we've got the SDK location, so copy it. Now go to this location from the File Manager, or you can always use a terminal if you want. I'm going to continue with the terminal. So we'll change the directory to this location, List Files. So now let's look at the Platform Tools folder. And it's here. So run pwd to copy the current location. Paste it here, and don't forget to add the ADB. All right, we're almost there. So finally, we've got to have the Uber APK Signer tool. All right, so let's click on this link. Download the jar file. Go to the Downloads folder. And I am going to move this file to the Binaries folder as well. So now go back, click on Browse, and select the file. All right, so that is the process, and we've now completed installing the necessary tools. Let me just see. Yeah, so let's do this. We'll restart APK Studio, and we're going to check through all the tools. All right, so here you can see all of the versions of each tool, and that means there is no problem. We have done it. So that's some good work. Let's add an APK file here and check if APK Studio works. So we're going to use the Insecure Bank